What's up guys, Double Photography here, and today I'll be reviewing the Tamron 70-200 f2.8 G2 lens. As at the time of making this video, I've been using this lens for 2 months now. I got it fairly used on KEH, and I think I dropped a video on that. I will link it somewhere around so you see the unboxing and the first time reaction and all that. So I've been using this lens for 2 months now, and I've used it for a lot of shoots. I've used it for studio shoots right here in my studio. I've taken it out to weddings, and I've done outdoor sessions with this lens. So in this video, I'll be going through the pros and cons of owning this lens, what I like and what I really don't like about the lens. To start with, I think we should start with what I really don't like about the lens. And the first thing will be the weight. This lens is heavy, period. Though it's expected for a 70-200 to be heavy, but for someone coming from the 85mm f1.8 lens, the 50mm lens, the difference in weight is just there, is noticeable. Even though this is expected, all 70-200 lenses have some amount of weight to them. So, but I think I should just let you know this lens is heavy, and you can actually feel, if you're planning on taking using this lens for a shoot for a prolonged period of time, then you may feel the pain and all that in your hand. But I guess maybe after using it for a couple of times, you may get used to it. Who knows? So the next thing I really don't like about this lens will be the lens hood. This hood is, I'm not a big fan of the hood. Unlike the Nikon hood, whereby it's fairly easy. It's fairly easy for you to just clip the hood on and put it on. But for this, it may take you a couple of tries for you to get the hood on. But I feel this is not a big deal, but it's just something that I feel it could be better. And the quality of the lens hood is not on par with the quality of the lens. It's made of plastic, but it's still not a deal breaker. The third thing I feel I don't like, and which is one of the things that drives me crazy about this lens, is the focus switches. The focus switches, the VC on and off switches, the focus limiter switches, and autofocus and manual focus switches on this lens are very, very easy to switch, such that when you are on shoot, maybe when you are having a shoot with it, it's very easy for you to accidentally move these switches from what you've set it to the other side. Maybe the lens is on autofocus, your VC is on and all that. While having your shoot, it's very easy for you to just accidentally move these switches to the from autofocus to manual focus. And if this is your first few months of shooting with this lens, you probably don't know about this, and this can actually frustrate you while you're having a shoot with this. I've had situations whereby I was shooting a portrait, and I moved to adjust the light. Coming back to continue the shoot, I noticed the camera was not focusing. I was fiddling with my camera to know what's going on, not until I realized that the focus switch has accidentally moved from autofocus to manual focus. So I think a easy workaround for this is to get a black tape and put it up on this to prevent the accidental switches. So I feel that's all about what I really don't like about the lens. To what I like about the lens, which I feel is a lot. The first thing will be the price. This lens is cheap, compared to the Canon and the Nikon 70-200 that costs around 2,000 or $1,800. This lens, you can get this lens on eBay, on KEH for less than $1,000. You can get this lens on eBay for 800, and I got this on KEH. I got it on bargain, and I dropped a video on that. Like I said, I dropped a video on that, the unboxing and everything. You can check on the description and all, and just for you to check the video out. So now the next thing I really like about the lens will be the autofocus speed. Being a Tamron lens, a third-party lens, and using it on a Nikon body, I actually feel there will be some sort of difference between the autofocus on this lens and the native G lenses, the native Nikon G lenses. But from my extensive use in the past 2 months, this lens is just as fast as any Nikon G lenses. You will not, in fact, I've read some reviews of people claiming this lens is faster than the Nikon 70 to 200. I think the second generation 70 to 200. That this lens is faster in autofocus than those lenses. So, and the fact that you are getting this lens for like half the price of those lenses make this a really really good deal. I feel everyone should jump up. That's why I've had my eyes on this lens for like the past 2 years, and I was really, really excited to get it when I finally did. So I will also want to talk about the vibration reduction, which I feel a lot of people don't talk much about. The vibration reduction of this lens is literally insane. You can unhold and get tack sharp pictures at 1/30th of a second. Though I'm not someone that recommend you going around taking pictures at low shutter speed, but I believe there are some situations whereby probably shooting a wedding in a poorly lit environment, and you need to get your shot, you need to expose properly. Having a lens that allows you to just dial down your shutter speed to like less than 100, having a lens that allows you to dial it back to like 1/50th 1/40th of a second and still giving you good images, usable images. I feel it's actually a very very good deal. It's a good thing that the lens is able to do that. So I've used this. I'm literally abusing it. I know that. I've used this lens for a lot of poorly lit situation whereby I I took pictures at 1/30th of a second, and I got really, really good images, tack sharp images from those exposure. And also pairing this lens with the Nikon Z6 with the help of the F2Z adapter is just it works flawlessly. Being a third party lens, a lens made by Tamron, you feel adapting it to the Nikon mirrorless line of the Z6, the Z6 II, that this lens won't be compatible, but it works flawlessly. The autofocus is as good as any Nikon G lenses being adapted with the F2Z the adapter to the Nikon mirrorless body. So there is no complaint about that. It works just as good as a native lens. The last thing I'd like to talk about will be the image quality. The way this lens renders image is just crazy. It's literally insane. I have a couple of Nikon lenses, and this lens is literally on par, if not better, than these Nikon lenses. The amount of clarity, the amount of contrast, the amount of contrast you get from this lens is literally, insane. With the first few days of me using it, the difference was so clear for even a blind man to see. You take a picture with for example the AC5 1.8 lens, and you take a picture with this, put it side by side, it's just different. I love the image I get from this lens, and I'll be keeping this lens, and uh, I'll be using it for a lot of shoots. So that's it for this video. I recommend you pick one up if you are on a budget and you don't have the 2000, the 2000 or 25 to pay for a native Nikon lens. The Tamron 70 to 200 f2.8 G2 lens is a really really good alternative. I will recommend all day every day. And this also works with the mirrorless system, the Nikon Z6, the Nikon Z6 II, and hopefully the Nikon Z9 when it gets released. So that's all for today. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this video to others so they can also see this content. Goodbye.